This is Robin on the Road, your concierge for all things travel, and today I'd like to take you on the road with me to Cancun, Mexico for a tour of the Sens and Grand Oasis Palm resorts. Pack your bags, let's go! On a recent on-the-road trip to Cancun, Mexico, I had the opportunity to stay at the Sens Resort. Originally, I'd been booked into the Grand Oasis Palm Resort, but upon my arrival, I was upgraded to the Sens. The Sens is the higher-end sister property to the Grand Oasis Palms. What I didn't realize was that this meant that I could enjoy the amenities to both resorts, whereas if I'd have been at the Grand Oasis Palm, I could only enjoy their amenities. At first, we were really thrilled about this upgrade, but then we realized that the reason why we were given the upgrade was because they were trying to sell us on their vacation club, which would have worked like a timeshare there in Cancun. The lobby was beautiful in its marbles and wood and with the backlighting. It's also incredibly slippery if you have wet shoes or feet. However, I did find that the front desk staff was always very friendly and accommodating, and I was able to exchange American currency for pesos here so that I was able to tip the staff. There's a coffee shop that opens at 6 a.m. and they also serve ice cream and have bottles of water. The glass bar is also located off the lobby, and it was open in the afternoon, but it was mainly set up for nightlife. To the left of the lobby, past the main elevators, is the Concierge. Now, the reason why I mention this is there are bed cabanas that you can rent in several locations along the beach and also in the adult pool area. In order to rent the cabana, you have to be at the Concierge desk by 7 o'clock in the morning. It is a first-come, first-served basis. And realize that they set aside a certain number of cabanas so that they can woo people that they're trying to sell the vacation club to. The cabanas are $40 to rent, and if you just want to relax, it was really a wonderful way to go. The cabanas have a server and are close to the bar, so we were able to get lunch and drinks and whatever we wanted with both pool and beach within walking distance. Outside the coffee shop and up the stairs is an adult area. Come with me, I'll take you there. To spend any time at the adult pool area, you need to rent or reserve a cabana. This is done at the concierge desk in the morning, 7 a.m. On Friday, Saturday, the cabanas are $40, but Sunday through Thursday, they're free. The adult pool area is very slippery, so you need to watch your step, and at about 4 o'clock, they turn on the techno music. On Friday, Saturday night, they have a party up there. There's a bar and a server. Lunch is served from the Miramar restaurant. Down the ramp from the adult pool is Akuru, the Japanese restaurant and sushi bar. We were really excited when we found out that the resort had a sushi bar. It is something that is strictly for Sens resort guests, but I have to tell you, fellow traveler, that we were really disappointed. The sushi was tasteless, and about halfway through our meal, we got up and left the restaurant and went to the buffet and got something to eat there. They do recommend reservations, but the restaurant's open for lunch and dinner, and we never found it to be busy, but it's one that I can't recommend that you go to. To the left is the connection tunnel with the Grand Oasis Palm Resort. Now, along the way is the photography office if you want to set up a special time and have a family portrait done on the beach or at the pool. There's the excursion counter. It may be if you want to go for dolphin swims or glass bottom boat rides or parasailing, things done off the resort. Also, that's where the Amstar representative is. I used Amstar as my transportation to and from the hotel. They were very professional, and Fernando, the rep at the hotel, was a lovely man. On the other side of the tunnel is the Grand Oasis Palm Resort. And what I found here was that the gift shop was much larger than over at the Sens, and there were a lot more choices, but they did keep some strange hours, so you'll have to pay attention to that. There was also the same coffee house / ice cream parlor that was also a little bit larger than the Sens. And then down the stairs, there's a large game room with video games and pool tables and other entertainment. It's a sports bar type, and there was something there for children of all ages. Also off the lobby is the Maki Taco, a Mexican-Japanese fusion restaurant that I did not try, so I can't say one way or another if it was good. Through the game room and out the doors is the Grand Oasis Palms swimming pool with its many bridges. It's a pirate-themed pool, and every day they have a clown here who makes balloon animals for the children. For the Grand Oasis Palm guests, this is kind of a central area, and most of your restaurants branch off of this area. This includes the La Hacienda Food Hall, Don Lunas Pizza / Italian, the Coco for an ocean view dining spot, and the Pool and Beach Isla Mujeres snack bar, where you can dine on traditional Mexican favorites of hot dogs, hamburgers, and chicken nuggets. Be aware, all but 2 of these restaurants close at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and over on the Sens as well, and do not open again until 5 o'clock for dinner. So it's just the Isla Mujeres snack bar where you can get something to eat. Of course, peppered throughout the resort are bars of every kind. To the left of the pool and snack bar are the boat docks, and there are 4 large pirate ships that are owned or used by the resort. These ships make 2 evening shows apiece, and they sail out into the harbor. and conduct a pirate show. And I have to apologize, fellow traveler. This was not something that I chose to do, but I could see it from the shore and it was really beautiful. As you walk from the Grand Oasis Palms beach over the bridge to the Sens beach, there's a gazebo on your left that sits out over the water, and it's available to rent for a romantic dinner. They also conduct yoga classes there in the morning around 7 or 8 a.m. And everything that you are interested in doing, from booking the pirate ship to the yoga classes to the specialty restaurants, are all done through the Grand Oasis Palm app that you download when you check in. Your cellular phone may not work in Cancun, so you will have to connect to the hotel's public Wi-Fi in order to use this app and to make those reservations. The spa is somewhat tucked away at the hotel, and we decided we would treat ourselves to a couple of massages, and it was absolutely wonderful. They have saunas and steam rooms. They can also do manicures, pedicures, and I'm sure they have other services. It's just such a peaceful, quiet place after the busyness of the resort outside. So I highly recommend you treat yourself. The massage was wonderful. There are several restaurant choices at the Sens, including the Akuru, which I had already mentioned, Carreras, the White Box, Las Palmas, which is the buffet, and the Miramar. All except the buffet require a reservation. We made a reservation at the Miramar restaurant to enjoy a lovely ocean view dinner. The Miramar also serves lunch for the cabanas, which are brought to you by a server. The view was absolutely beautiful. However, the food in both resorts left a little something to be desired. The Sens swimming pool mimics the beach itself, with a very shallow end that you can walk into, going to a depth of over 6 feet. There's also a shallow end on the beach side that has lounge chairs so that you can enjoy sitting in the pool and overlooking the beach. The beach has several hammocks where you can relax over the water. We were there at a busy time of year, and yet I was still able to get in and enjoy a hammock for a little bit. The ocean water is crystal clear and very shallow, with some seagrass covering the bottom of most of it. The boating lanes to the Isla Mujeres pass by the beach. So I've traveled most of my life. I worked for the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, and I've been a travel agent for years. So I have a little bit of an understanding what a guest experience should be like. Everything is an opinion, and of course it all depends on what it is that you're looking for as a traveler. First, let me start off by saying my experience was really located more at the Sens. I did go over to the Grand Oasis Palms several times, and I walked around, but I didn't dine at the restaurants. I did shop at their gift shop, but I didn't spend as much time there, so you're really getting a critique of the Sens over the Grand Oasis Palm. If you're traveling with a family, then these two resorts definitely have a lot of pros in their column. There were a lot of children around. The pools were very nice. A lot of choices for food. The pirate ships add a unique twist to staying at the resorts, as well as the opportunity to sail out into the bay. The best thing that both resorts had going for them was the staff. Their staff was amazing. Everybody worked extremely hard. They were always easy with a smile. They got you whatever you wanted. If there's a language barrier, they definitely tried their hardest, and somehow you managed to work out what you were looking for. They were dangerous with the tequila, so watch out when you sit at the bars. But the staff of these two places definitely was the best quality that they had. Our room was lovely, very clean, but it didn't come with any blankets. And we spoke to the other guest, and their room also didn't come with any blankets. And you would think CANCUN, why would you need blankets? But actually the room was quite chilly. So we did request them, and there was no trouble getting them, but we did find that a little strange. I've never stayed in a hotel where a blanket was a special request. We enjoyed the spa thoroughly. It was a very relaxing experience, and definitely pay for one of the cabana beds. It's also just a luxury item that was well worth it. Not sure whether to put nightlife into the pro or con category, but if you're looking for somewhere where there's a lot of action in the evening, then this really isn't the two locations for you. It's much more family. The glass bar did have music and drinks and go on into the evening. And on Friday and Saturday night, the adult pool area also had a party going up there. But for the most part, the hotel was pretty quiet in the evening after about 10 o'clock. If you enjoy the all-inclusive because of the bar being included, then these two resorts will not disappoint. They definitely get a thumbs up in that aspect. The alcohol flowed freely. But if you're not a big drinker like we are, then the food was very disappointing. And I hate to say that because the staff worked so hard, but it truly was not of good quality. It was tasteless, and it was actually really strange. There wasn't a whole lot of Mexican food around. It's as though they tried to Americanize their food and then Japanese-ize their food. That's an interesting word. Another thing that we didn't care for was the selling of the timeshare. For the first 2 days we were there, there was a gentleman who was very persistent every time we would walk through the lobby that he was going to give us something if we could just give him some of our time. And we just don't like the timeshare. It's been pushed in Myrtle Beach, and we've had it pushed at Disney, and it's just something that we don't enjoy the experience of. Things to know before you go. The Sens and Grand Oasis Palm resorts are located on the beach in CANCUN. When I booked my flight, I also booked transportation through Cheap Caribbean, and it took me about 35 minutes from the CANCUN airport to the resorts. Customs in CANCUN runs smoothly unless you happen to be there over a holiday. The departing flight portion of the airport was very modern and new, and it was loaded with all kinds of souvenir shops for last-minute purchases and several restaurants so you can grab a bite to eat before your flight home. Most major airlines fly in to CANCUN. While the food and nightlife are lacking at these locations, both resorts have lovely swimming pools and beach access. Nightlife may be possible at other locations in CANCUN, but it's up to you, fellow traveler, as to whether or not you want to leave the resort. While I had a strong desire to recommend these two resorts, I'm afraid at this time the best I can say is that they were fair. E-coli aside. While family-friendly, you may be able to find other or better resorts, so do your shopping around. Lastly, I would like to thank you, fellow traveler, for joining me on this tour of the Sens and Grand Oasis Palm resorts. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, rumble, you know the drill. And check out my latest video of Pole Green Church. Until next time, this is Robin on the Road, your concierge for all things travel, and I hope to see you out there on a road of your own. Until then, safe travels.